Hi guys, Luis here, estate agent in Central Portugal. Today we are going to see a small farm with 3,960 square meters with a registered rural building with 24 square meters. It's an old barn for renovation, of course. We'll find a couple of fruit trees, a well in this massive pond where I'm basically standing on the side at least. And we are a little bit south of Castelo Branco today in a village called Vilar de Boi. Small village which does offer a couple of cafes. Other than that, you have Fretel, the next village, with all that you need for your daily needs. Close by to the highway, and again, Central Portugal, always a good option and a good location. So come along with me, let's check it out. And so this is our property. I'm just at the track in front of the property, which leads us to the entry. And this is it, the 3,960 square meters of land. So this is a dirt track, quite easily done by any car. I would say that's 300 meters, 250, not more than that, because the road passes on the back of those eucalyptuses just there. Where more or less our property ends. So the eucalyptuses are the neighbors, they do not belong to this property. The property will end on a massive big pond or natural swimming pool, which does belong to our property. Then we will find our rural building just here on the left side, on the right side, sorry, at the corner. Neighboring lands, we have a vineyard. He comes in the tent, his vineyard. This part was just plowed, and just in front of us, a similar property to ours. They have a lot of trees, fruit trees and corks and so on. But this is our property, completely fenced all around. A couple of trees, this being one of them, and the big pine at the end, did fall down during the big storm we have in February. All behind us already. Yeah, of course, a lot of space for you to plant whatever more trees you want. There's not a lot on this property, but of course, you can always do it. Our entry, okay, I put my car in just for you to have a perspective that you can easily do it. And this, of course, continues on, which will be the road I will exit. I use the other one, so it makes like a roundabout. In regards to the building, these are two buildings, so I'm selling just one, which is just here at this line. So this does belong to our property, which is the 24 square meters, registered as rural building. The entry will be on the other side. And this is our car entry, our entry onto the property. So all of this left side is more or less flat. If I would say that it has an angle, it's going down to the track, because at the end we even have a drainage ditch. So when it rains a lot, all this exceeding water will funnel onto that brook or drainage ditch at that end, and then it continues downstream. Which same thing goes to the big pond that we have on the property. When it rains a lot, it has that escape going to the drainage. At the end, we will see a nice well here at the property with a couple of fruit trees, which are ours. And here, more or less in the highest point, because we do have like this level just here, we have our rural building. Pretty old, as you can imagine, with our door there. But let us go here a little bit to go up, because it's not perfectly leveled with this plan here. I believe you can understand it from here. So like a ramp would need to be done so that one could more easily go in. I'm just using this track here. There we go. And again, middle wall to the right, it's our property, the 24 square meters rural building, and it's in this condition. Of course, the roof is in wood, the framing, but all the stones around, all the walls are in stone around, and dirt floor. So yeah, I will say that it has like 2.5–3 meters wide, and the rest is in length. Yeah, something could be done here, like a studio. And the views indeed, because we are on this more higher level, yeah, of the surroundings, they are quite nice. And again, fenced all around. Let's continue on. And of course you have a lot of parking space, so eventually if you have a camper or a caravan, why not? Just bring it over. So in regards to fruit trees, let's see what do we have here. So this is one, pretty sure it's apples. So an apple tree just there. That's a stone oak tree. This is our amazing well, quite big in stone, quite nice, and completely full to the rim. So it's walled up in stone all around. In this area, traditionally the stones are slate or schist. Only when you pass to north of Castelo Branco, then you start to find the granite. This is another apple tree, and another apple, and another apple. So yeah, I think most of them, at least 4 here, just next to the well, are apple trees. This is an orange, just here. It was seriously pruned. I'm just circling the well, by the way. Now on the other side, where we have our entry, our outbuilding or building. There's still an old tank here which was used for irrigation, so this was filled. It's a little bit higher than the garden area, so they would then, by flooding, irrigate all of this area. Very well, let's go back to the track again. So where we find our fence, which is the limit of the property. And let's take a look at the pond. So this tree is the other one that fell during the storm. Fell down probably, yeah. Let us circle around it, but at least also give you a perspective over here. Yeah, you have some nice timber there. But if you don't want this here, I can ask for someone to dispose of it. No worries. It was there. And this is our private swimming pool / big pond. It is a big one. At some point it was filled with fish, but someone came and seriously fished them all. It's quite a story, by the way. And I think you can see the fencing around with the cement poles. That's our limit of the property, of course. So yeah, quite deep, quite big, abundant amount of water that sinks in slowly. And then what happens is that all of this, which is our property, appreciates it. So it's a good property for whomever wants to plant new trees or do a vegetable garden. Let me just lead you here till this end, where we see the fence going down. And yeah, this is our limit. Some frogs coming in. So all of this, it's massive. So yeah, of course you can put more fish on it. And then more or less in a straight line, then it turns left to the track where we first started to shoot the video. And this is it, guys, 3,960 square meters of land completely fenced. The stone building registered with 24 square meters for some renovation, some fruit trees, not many. Ideal location for whomever wants to be close by the highway, by the way. From here to the highway, 10 minutes, not more than that. A little bit south of Castelo Branco, I took 20 minutes from the city, Castelo Branco, through here. So it's a nice project for whomever wants to have a small property, easy to maintain in central Portugal. So thank you so much for watching. Consider subscribing the channel for more properties like this. See you next time. Bye bye. Cheers.